Welcome everyone. So today I'm doing a tarot reading for the sign of Cancer. Now that means if you are Cancer, or if you just want to find out information about a Cancer, then this video is going to be for you. Now I've already shuffled the cards and everything's ready to go, but I haven't looked at them. I kind of like to do that together with you guys now and see what's up. So let's go ahead and get started. Now the first position, and I'll explain these as I go, is the recent past, and I call this the position of the back. These are all body part positions. That's the way I name them. All right, so I have the Two of Wands in the recent past with the Oracle card of, that's the road forward. Okay, so it's this is like very interesting the way that this is coupled, because it's like, which path do I take, right? The Two of Wands is just a choice. It's almost like a fork in the road. That's how I see this. It's a fork in the road. Which path do I take? So you have a clear-cut option here that's going to lead you down two different possible like routes in life, metaphorically speaking. So like there's an option that's gonna, it's gonna change your life in two different ways. So let's see what we can get, if what kind of option this is. Let's take a look, see if we get more details on this. What sort of options? Okay, wow, the unicursal hexagram. This isn't just an option. This is like really a life path, because the unicursal hexagram is like fate. It's like your purpose. It's not just like, oh, which job do I want next? It's like, what do I want my life to look like? It's like, what do I want my purpose to be? It's like bigger questions. That's what's been going on in the recent past. And on the bottom, the number 7. This is like the number of past lives and spirituality. So it's like a karmic number here. Underneath the 7, Mars. I feel like we're kind of jumping on top of karma. We're feeling like a spiritual connection here. We're connected. I think we're connected, but it's like we know that we need to be connected with our purpose. We just don't know which path leads us to our purpose, okay? I'm going to help you guys out with that. That's definitely one of those things that tarot cards are really good at. So if you guys haven't, remember, this is the recent past. If you guys haven't figured this out in the present, which we're about to look at, I'm going to help you guys out with this. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's take a look at, now I am moving into the present, but I want to look at your actions at the moment. See what you guys are actually doing. So this is called the position of the hand. I have the 8 of Wands with the number 7. The number 4. This is a really funny combination just because the 8 of Wands is all about speed. It's all about going too far, too fast. And then the number 4 is all about being slow, staying still, stability. So it's like a super weird combination. Get a read on this. But this is what you guys are doing. It could be that you guys are like just trying to really move forward with regards to stability. Like you guys are putting in the work, putting in the effort, and kind of like getting busy. But it's getting busy towards the number 4, which is like earthly things, like making things stable in your life, which a lot of times has to do with money, making sure that like money is like stable. You're not living paycheck to paycheck, or if you are, I mean, that's fine. It's just that if you are, it is like things are predictable. And I feel like that's part of what you're doing. But let's pull a card to see if we can get anything else on this. Can I have any more information on the, okay. Neptune. Interesting. A lot of spirituality. Again, Neptune is a card for spirituality. So you guys are, I feel like this is trying to find your path, but Neptune is murky. It is a card for spirituality, but it's almost like finding your path in the fog. And I think that that's part of this, is that you guys are doing a lot. You're doing a lot, and you're trying to keep things stable, and you're trying to keep things sustainable in the midst of it all. And there's no clear-cut path. I feel like this, remember, in the recent past, we still haven't really addressed this option here, this path, which path to take. I feel like you guys are currently trying all paths, and at the same time, trying to keep things, how do I put this? Trying to keep things sustainable. While at the same time, you're like, I'm going to try all paths because I have no freaking clue which path to take. Well, kind of hard to do, especially if you're trying to keep things stable. It doesn't seem easy. on the bottom, though, is the hand, which means that there could be other people involved in this choice. I feel like it's your choice, but you're asking for people's advice too, perhaps, with the hand here. Let's see what's on top. By the way, the way I look at the bottom of the deck and the top kind of digs information into the details of the information. The bottom looks outwards towards like the periphery of the information, which is why I look at both. So at the periphery, we have Neptune, remember, describing the situation. And then I'm just looking at the top for more details. And now I have Saturn with the hammer here. Very disciplined energy. It's like I'm getting my shit done. And the hammer makes a lot of sense for the number 4. It's like I'm making my life sustainable, keeping things stable, having things just be working correctly like they should be. Again, that could apply to just like bills or just the way your life runs. There's like a tension to that right now. Oh, I'm getting my cards mixed up. Okay. All right, let's keep going. So I want to stay in the present for a second. I am going to look at the future, but I want to look, there's a couple positions in the present that I want to look at. So I still want to see how you guys are feeling about all this, and that is the position of the heart. So let's see. I have the Queen of Cups with the Rabbit. You got a lot of things to consider. Okay, and that's the Rabbit goes hand in hand with the 8 of Wands here, because it's like you guys have a lot to consider. That's the Queen of Cups, is consideration, like thinking something over, not necessarily even like the facts, like really marinating over a lot of information, a lot of stuff, a lot of options, or a lot of factors that have to do with this option. You guys are simmering. You guys are that's kind of like how you're feeling. You're like, I have a lot to sit with and like marinate on, essentially. While you guys are kind of, I feel like you guys are taking you're what's the word I'm looking for? You're kind of like peeking. You have 2 paths. You're peeking into both paths, which seems like a little bit crazy here, because you can't decide which path to go on. All right, so let's move on. And then the last position I have here in the present is the position of the head, which tells me your thoughts and your strategies at the moment. And then we are moving into the future. So let's take a look at the position of the head. I have the Page of Cups reversed with the Oracle card of the Foot. It's interesting because remember, this is what's going on through your head right now. It's like, I don't know where to go. It's still not clear. It still hasn't been revealed. It still isn't, you're not feeling, you haven't felt which way to go yet. It's not like, it hasn't come to you yet. That's the Page of Cups reversed. Is like, it hasn't, you don't get that sense, like, you get the feel that one way is the correct way and one is the other. You're not having that. And then the Foot here is like, you have to make these choices. Like, you have to pick a path. If you don't pick a path, you end up having to go down both paths at the same time, which seems crazy. So that's what your thought process is. Like, I don't know where to go, and I have to pick a path now. Okay, let's look into the future. Let's see what's going to happen with all this. And then I am going to pull advice, too, to see how you can best handle this situation so that this future that's coming up either looks like this or looks better. You know, we want to set you up in the best possible, with the best advantages. So let's take a look here at what's coming up for you. I have here the 9 of Swords with the Oracle card of the Cave. This is no good. What's coming up for you is this indecision, like sitting with all of these options, or maybe it's just 2 options, but they're 2 options that are very complicated. Either way, is gonna stress you out, and it's driving you like batty. It's driving you completely crazy, and it's almost like sending you down a spiraling black hole of like, oh yeah, before you're just simmering with this, that's turning into a black hole of dwelling. It's turning into like into like obsession almost, you know, like just stressing yourself and just spiraling into like a darkness. That's what's coming up. So you guys have to make a choice. You can't just marinate on this at this crossroads forever without making a clear-cut choice to move forward on. Now, I'm going to help you guys out with that with advice. But before, I just want to pull one more card to describe these two, just to get a little bit more information. I feel like that's pretty clear-cut, but I like pulling extra cards. Oh, Taurus. Okay. So, Taurus is slow. Like you're not moving, right? That's what stresses you out in the future, is being stuck in like before this decision without going. Taurus. That's what's causing this, is the stress. So you guys, it seems like you guys have to make a decision. Let's pull advice to see what the cards have to say on this decision, because then it'll tell us, you know, it may tell you the best strategy to figure out what the best decision is for this. It might not tell you specifically what the decision is, but it'll give you a good starting point to connect the dots. So what's the best strategy here for my Cancers with regards to this situation? What's the best advice for my Cancers? I have the best advice here for my Cancer signs. I did have a card come out. I think that's good. See if anything else want to come out. Okay, so I have here the Seven of Wands reversed. It's a lack of confidence. That's all this is you feel like you're not ready, but all it is causing you to stagnate and eventually spiral into like a dark place. So you really need to just like have confidence and in this decision and make a decision. Now let's see if this is going to help you with that decision. Anything else here for my Cancer signs? Anything else here for my Cancers? Capricorn. Okay. This could be like a work and career related decision with Capricorn. And I think it's also a decision that has like a long-term consequences with Capricorn here. Either that, or this is saying go with the decision that is a long-term decision. Capricorn's endurance. If there's if the choice involves something that is going to require long-term endurance, it's saying go with that one and then have confidence in that decision. On the bottom is your card, Cancer. In this circumstance, it's not good because if there's one thing you guys are not good at, it's stepping out of your comfort zone. So this is like lack of confidence. It's kind of a Cancer thing. It's sort of a shadow aspect of Cancer energy. So be careful with that, because I mean, every sign has its pros and cons, right? Just be careful, because that is one of the cons of Cancer sign. So that it's like being too protective. Like I need to protect myself, lack of confidence. Oh, I can't go outside my comfort zone. Well, that's actually not serving you well in this case. You guys, you should go out of your comfort zone for this. Make a decision and go with the long-term endurance choice, if there is a choice that is like that. Okay? And that's going to be your advice, guys. I hope that helps you out with your situation. Thank you guys so much for taking an interest in my videos. I always really appreciate it. If this did resonate for you, press the like button for me, because it helps the algorithm. And regardless, I thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time.